Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, TGIF, kid. That's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, 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 welcome. This is a show on personal injury and immigration. It's Friday. I'm in my Friday shirt. See that? See what my shirt says?
Absolutely.
That's my Friday shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Squeezaniki, and I'm here with two attorneys so far. We've got more attorneys coming on board, and the attorneys will be talking about immigration. They'll be speaking about personal injury. So if you have questions on immigration, now is the time to start asking your questions of the attorneys that's here. All right. The show is called Cruising with the Case Handler. The case handler should be on his way any second now to actually join us. All right. Now, the show is also brought to you, of course, by Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, along with Link Up Radio, 93.5 WVIP FM. The entire year, we've been answering a lot of immigration questions, many of which you actually should have just called the firm, hire them, let them do all the immigration work for you. A lot of people are in trouble now because they didn't do that initially. So what I am saying as David Squeezaniki right here on this radio station, 93.5 WVIP FM, call them. Let them do the work. Their number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you call them before the end of the year, like say now, you will get yourself a free phone consultation with one of the attorneys. All you got to do is schedule it. All right? 844-774-3529. But at the end of the year, as I've said before, nothing lasts forever. The consultations will not be free anymore. 844-774-3529. So get it in there now. All right. Let's just jump it over and introduce the attorneys right here. Want to introduce Nelson Madrid. How you doing, man? How's everything? I think you're muted.
I am good. I'm good this morning, actually. Enjoying the snow. I think yesterday apparently was more snow than we had all of last year.
Yep.
But otherwise, I am doing good. Looking forward to the holidays. Looking forward to the new year. I figured 2021 can't be any worse than 2020, right?
No. I don't think so. With everything, man, come on. No. It's got to get better. I mean, we've got a new president coming in. We've got a vaccine for the COVID. I mean, it's definitely the way it's looking. It's going to be better than 2020, 2021. All right. That's Nelson Madrid, one of the partners at the firm, PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, a law firm that is located in New York City and also in Peekskill and Brooklyn, with the Peekskill and the New York City offices are open right now. The Brooklyn office is not open as yet. And they're at 225 Broadway in the city. And Nelson, where are they in Peekskill?
We are at 906 South Street in Peekskill. We also have an office in Brooklyn. It's 107 Avenue I, Brooklyn, New York. But the main office is at 225 Broadway, 3rd floor. Okay. That is the main office.
All right, no problem. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, make the link, make the call. The number is 844-774-3529. Let's go to the general. This man has earned this name because of his depth, his experience, his knowledge, his connections with people who work in immigration, and of course, basically what he has done throughout his life, immigration. His name is Alan E.K. We call him the General. We salute him as the General. Alan, welcome to the show again. How are you doing? Twice in a week? Three times in a week.
What?
You've been on the show 3 times this week, right?
Yes, I have. This is a big one this week.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? Talk to me and tell the folks what it is that you'd like to bring them to speed up on where immigration is concerned.
I've got a lot of material, but a couple of announcements. I've been seeing emails from lawyer colleagues of mine all around the country that people have been promising on the radio that they can do all kinds of things that are not really true. You have to be very careful that you hear a lawyer or a non-lawyer on the radio saying, I can do this, I can do that. And half of that stuff is crazy and not true. So you got to be very careful what you hear on the radio. What you hear from us is the truth. We know what we're doing, but other people, lawyers and non-lawyers, are promising things that are trash. Secondly, we've been doing all during the year, we do lectures to a number of different consulates. We did 2 different lectures at the Jamaican consulate. We're available to lecture to your church group, to your community groups. So if you want us, the PPID people, to come and lecture to your group on Zoom, let us know. We'll be happy to set up a lecture with your church group, with your community group. Okay, let's talk about.
And they can call the number 844-774-3529 if they're interested in doing that, right?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And we do that all during the year. Okay, let's talk about what's going on now at immigration. On December 15, 2020, CIS announced that it's experiencing delays in issuing receipt notices for petitions that were filed and applications that were filed. And basically they said this is because they have had a significant increase in filings combined with COVID-related capacity limitations at their mailroom facilities. In addition to the delays at USCIS, the United States Postal Service is also experiencing intermittent delays in mail delivery due to limited staffing capacity and increased holiday mail volume. So USCIS has advised that receipt notices should be issued within 30 days of filing. But given the delays that I just mentioned, receipt notices may take 6 to 8 weeks to be delivered. So if you have not received a receipt notice within 6 weeks of filing, contact PPID and we will try to help you and get your receipt notice. All right, next. Governor Cuomo has passed a bill which will protect New Yorkers going to the courts, in the courts, coming from the courts. ICE had been arresting people in the courts, going to the courts, out of the courts. This bill, which has been now law, will protect people in the courts, going to the courts, leaving the courts from being arrested by ICE, which is a very welcome sign. You don't have to be afraid now that you're going to court and that ICE is going to grab you. This doesn't mean going to the immigration court. We're talking about state courts and federal courts, not immigration courts. Okay. There was a recent meeting of Biden's, Harris's immigration transition team. And the priorities that were stated at this meeting, which was a couple of days ago, is number one, the immigration priorities for the Biden team. They want to put something in the Congress which will be a path for citizenship for undocumented immigrants. They want to roll back the program where people have to wait outside the United States before they can apply for asylum. They want to rebuild the asylum program, which has been trashed by Trump. This is an important one. They want to pause deportations right now and put in enforcement reforms. They want to repeal the Muslim African bans. They want to repeal, this is a very important one, the public charge rule, which has been giving everybody a lot of problems. And also they want to do something about detention issues. Okay, next.
Hold on one second. If I could just jump in for a second, Alan. They have actually been executing expedited removal. They are going forward with that. An expedited removal squeeze is basically if you are confronted by an immigration officer and are unable to demonstrate that you have been physically present in the United States for the prior 2 years, they can just remove you without you ever seeing a judge. And that is happening in certain states.
Wow.
We're hoping that when the Biden administration comes in, that's going to stop or that's going to ease off. Next, is an interesting story that's been going around about a lady who is a U.S. citizen. Her husband is from Brazil. She filed an I-130 petition for him to get the immigrant visa at his consulate in Brazil. All kinds of crazy things happened. It took 2 years for him to get his immigrant visa. He had to switch the case from Brazil, where they wanted to do it, to Germany because he was a dual citizen. So it's a terrible story. They went to the U.S. Senator Cruz in Texas, and Cruz just sent them an email saying, just call the consulate, which is crazy. So finally, after 2 years, they moved the case to Germany because he was a dual citizen. And now he's got their immigrant visa, but that shouldn't have to happen to people that it will take 2 years to get an immigrant visa. Now, because of the
Oh.
snow, cases that were scheduled for December 16th will be rescheduled for Monday, January 25th, 2021. Cases that were scheduled for December 17th will be rescheduled for the same time on January 26th, 2021. Okay. Now, there is a 1.3 million case backlog in terms of removal cases. And right now, the USCIS has announced, EOIR, the Immigration Court, has announced that the New York City immigration courts are closed for non-detained hearings up until January 1st, 2021. So if you have a hearing scheduled, you don't have a date yet, you're not detained, don't expect to hear anything about moving ahead on your immigration removal case until at least January 1st, 2021. And that's partly because there's a 1.3 million case backlog. Okay, next, let's talk about, I love to talk about naturalization because USCIS has put in a new naturalization test for applications filed December 1st and afterwards. And if you file December 1st afterwards, and if nothing else happens, and I think the Biden administration will take out this new test, which is 128 questions, and you have to get 12 right out of 20. Right now, the present test, people who filed before December 1st, it's a 2008 test. You have to get 6 questions right out of 10, and there are 100 questions. So we're hoping that the Biden administration is going to scrap this new test, which basically they're trying to make it more difficult to become a U.S. citizen. And so the new test is much longer, much more difficult, and hopefully you don't have to have it. We're hoping that the Biden administration will knock this out. But in the meantime, if for some reason your application was filed after December 1st and you wind up getting this new test, it's going to be a difficulty. Next, the federal judge, Nicholas Garifas, who I've said before that I know him since he was a kid, has come out with a new court decision on DACA. And until further notice, USCIS is now accepting new DACA applications. Before this judge's decision, the Trump administration was not accepting new DACA applications. So now, if you qualify for DACA and you never filed for DACA, you can do it now. Find a lawyer. PPID will be happy to help you with it and apply now. Now, to qualify for DACA, let's say you never did it before, you have to meet the following criteria. Number 1, born on or after January 15th, 1981. 2, came to the U.S. before the age of 16. 3, you were in the U.S. on June 15, 2012, and you're still here. No proper immigration status as of June 15, 2012. You're a high school graduate. You enrolled in high school, didn't finish, but you're enrolled. You received a GED. You're enrolled in a GED program or honorably discharged from the U.S. military. No significant criminal record. So as of December 7th, until further notice, USCIS is accepting travel permit applications for people who already have DACA. This can be very useful because some of our DACA clients haven't seen their family at home since they were little kids. And also, now they're giving work permits and extending DACA for up to 2 years. They were only doing it previously for up to 1 year. So good news for DACA people who already have DACA. Good news to people who didn't file for DACA and would like to file for DACA. We'll be happy to help you with that.
DACA is definitely good news. I mean, I keep talking about it, but I think it's a great thing that has happened where that is concerned. And I'm very happy that,
At American consulates, if you booked an appointment, visa appointment for January, you might wind up having that canceled because they've been canceling immigrant visa appointments due to staffing and backlog problems. So we're hoping that, that will get better with the Biden administration. Uh, Finally, we've been talking about our Alejandro Mayorkas, who is going to be the head of the Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security takes in CBP, Customs and Border Protection, takes in ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, takes in USCIS. They're all under the Department of Homeland Security. Now, Mayorkas was interesting because he was born in Cuba. He'd be the first immigrant and the first Hispanic to lead the Department of Homeland Security. And Mayorkas has said documented and undocumented immigrants are essential during our COVID-19 pandemic. They're key drivers of immigrant economic growth. And basically, he wants to bring an immediate end to the inhumane and unjust treatment of immigrants. He has said that our immigration system is broken, it's bad, and we all know it. And the nice thing about this is Mayorkas has gone through the immigration system himself. He and his family came here from Cuba, applied for permanent residence and got it. So Mayorkas is a lawyer, is a very smart guy. I've met him, but basically he knows what it's like, and we can expect really good things when Mayorkas becomes officially the head of the Department of Homeland Security. So that's some of the updates on what's going on. And Nelson and I are available to answer your questions. Nelson, you want to add anything?
No, I think you pretty much summarized what's going on at the moment. And I guess we're ready to take some questions.
All right. Once again, folks, if you're just joining us here on a Friday, I've got two attorneys. We're doing immigration exclusively today. Brought to you by the law firm PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, located at 225 Broadway in New York City on the 3rd floor and also in Peekskill and Brooklyn. Now it's time to get some questions, but I implore you once again, make the call over to the law firm, speak with my attorneys, 844-774-3529. Everybody that wants a free phone consultation with one of these attorneys, schedule one now. But you got to call before the top of the hour. The free phone consultations will end soon. Call them now, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Also want to say a pleasant good morning to all the people on Facebook that's, watching us and listening to us. Christine Bennett and team, everybody over there, thank you so much for sharing. We ask you to share with all of your friends on Facebook, share in groups and pages and where else, directly to people's phones or wherever, just share for us. Once again, this great show that we're doing with the attorneys. Now it's time to get to some immigration questions. So let's just jump to it right here on 93.5 WVIP FM and beyond. Also on Facebook, David Squeezaniki's page, the Case Handler page, PPID's page. Let's jump to this first question. What type of visas can I request for kids since their petition IR1 is still at USCIS and the mom has CR1 visa issued already?
Well, wait. If the mom is a U.S. citizen, the mom files an I-130 petition for the child.
No, I'm sorry, Alan. Actually, they're saying that the mother has a CR1. So that means that I would assume the stepfather or the father is a United States citizen. The mother has a conditional green card, which means that at the time the husband applied for the wife, they were married less than 2 years. That's why she would get a conditional green card. And, where are the children? Are the children here? Are the children outside of the United States?
Doesn't say.
Right. Say. And this is, look, I've said this many times on the show before. This is one of the reasons you should call. It's not a solicitation. We're not going to force you to hire us. It's just in order to better answer your question, we need more facts. Obviously the facts provided here are just not enough to answer the question. I don't know whether the child is outside of the United States. I don't know how long that I-130 petition has been pending. Is it outside of the normal standard processing time? I don't know. I have a lot of questions, and it's, obviously too many questions to ask while we're on a live radio show. So if you'd like answers, feel free to give us a call, 844-774-3529. That is 844-774-3529.
Once again, that's Nelson Madrid. Okay, one of the partners at the firm. Remember, reach out to him, 844-774-3529. Okay, here's another one. Do we have to show proof of domicile when doing the I-130 for CR1?
So, again, it's CR1 is a conditional resident, right? So someone married, I believe, a United States citizen. Again, I'm assuming facts obviously not provided. Someone married a United States citizen. That United States citizen petitioned for the person before being married for at least 2 years. So the person would then only be eligible for conditional resident status. 3 months before the 2 years, the person is supposed to file another application to remove the conditions and be a permanent resident. That is, have a green card that is valid for 10 years. Absolutely, you want to show proof of domicile, right? Because if you're not living together, obviously that calls into question the whole bona fides of the marriage, right? Mm-hmm. Look, we have done cases where two people live in two completely different states. Those cases are very difficult. Those cases are very complex, right? Because it's not, I'm not going to say normal, but it doesn't happen often that two people are married and live, 3,000 miles apart, 2,000 miles apart. These are things immigration looks at. The only reason you're eligible for a benefit is based on your marriage to a United States citizen. So it's your burden to demonstrate that it is a real marriage. And of course, proof of domicile or proof that you live with your spouse is required. And it's not just proof that you live with them. It's proof that you're commingling money, proof that you know their family and friends, that she knows your family and friends, that you're a real couple. And these are things real couples do.
Right. That's true. That's Nelson again, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to reach out to him at 844-774-3529. All right, let's go to the Facebook page here. Christine asked a question. By the way, Christine, thank you so much for tuning in. And please, once again, keep spreading the word about the show, Cruising with a Case Handler, show on personal injury, and also immigration, brought to you by PPID. Christine says here, a friend of mine applied for his children, ages 15 and 20, in 2019, September, and is still not approved. How much longer will he have to wait for the approval? He is a permanent resident and the children are in Jamaica.
All right. So the idea is this, that if the petitioner is a permanent resident and the petitioner has filed for children and the children are under 21, there are two parts of the case. The first part is how long is it going to take USCIS to approve the petition? I would say it could take up to a year to approve the petition. Once the petition is approved, the question is, where are the children? If the children are here, you can file for, and they're still in status, you can file to change them here to permanent resident. If the children are overseas, you do a visa processing case with the American consulate. But that category for unmarried children under 21 is current, no waiting time. So the only two times you're looking at on a case like this, children under 21, parent, you a permanent resident, is how long is it going to take the petition to be approved? Secondly, and then what about the waiting line? The waiting line is current right now. That's nice. So when you file, hopefully the petition will be approved. When the petition is approved, if the beneficiary, the children are overseas, it goes to the National Visa Center, which is in New Hampshire. The National Visa Center processes the case and then schedules an appointment at the American consulate. Children are here and the children are legally here, you can apply for adjustment of status.
Okay. All right. So got one more here. It says, I got a letter with the decision of 221 after the interview for spouse visa. What does this really mean? How much time do they need for administrative review and to send a visa?
Okay. Administrative review could mean a lot of different things. It basically, they're not ready to process the case. It's a kind of a catch-all provision, administrative review. There's no telling how long it could take. But after a while, I would say after 6 months, PPID can try to help you. There are ways of pushing the consulate. But again, you go to an interview at the consulate and they give you administrative processing. They won't tell you what's going on. You just have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. But no, don't just wait forever. After a while, there are ways to push the consulate and get a decision, and we'll be happy to help you with that.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Alan E.K., the General. All right? We salute you, man. We salute you, man, because you have been helping a lot of people out there. Once again, folks, the number to reach the firm at happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Call them now and tell them that, of course, you heard them right here on 93.5 WVIP FM or on Facebook. Christine, hopefully that answered your question. If you want to do a follow-up with that, let me know. All right. And do remember, folks, we come your way 7 days a week. 7 days a week, we have programming here called Cruising with the Case Handler. Reach out to them. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. What do you think of our personal injury department at PPID, Nelson?
Well, I've had obviously the pleasure of working with Adam for the last several years, and I think it's pretty apparent, and I've said this several times on the show previously, Adam takes a genuine interest in all of his clients. Many times Adam will walk over to my office and ask if I have a couple of minutes to meet with one of his clients because they have an immigration-related question or an immigration-related issue.
Right.
Normally people are supposed to schedule consultations, but obviously when the client is with Adam and Adam, obviously understands the fact that this person has taken time out of their day to come to the office, rather than have them return, he asks if I can see them, if I can meet with them, and if I can basically go over their options with them. I think I've said this before, we have, had mutual clients. We have had personal injury clients retained by the immigration department, or retain the immigration department to assist them in either legalizing their status, applying for citizenship, petitioning for their spouse. So we actually work closely together. If Adam has any issues or concerns, again, if I am unavailable, he may shoot me an email or just give me a call and say, can you please call this person when you have a chance? Sometimes it may be just a question that the person has. Again, this is who we are. This is how we work. We really, one of the reasons, Squeeze, I think I've said this before, I've been with the firm for, I think it's almost going on 14 years.
Right.
We don't take every case that walks through that door. We don't sell people a dream. We tell you the truth. We're brutally honest with everyone. If we can help you, we let you know we can help you. If it's a long shot, we tell you it's a long shot. I believe there's a difference between a client making a decision and an informed decision. We want everyone to make an informed decision.
Very, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thanks to each and every one for actually tuning in with us this morning. I want to thank you, Alan. I want to thank you, Nelson. It's been great talking to you both and, giving people information and answering questions. It's what we do here, help people. And ladies and gentlemen, reach out to PPID. Their number, once again, is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Gentlemen, have yourself an amazing weekend. Go out there and get in the snow, get a few skis in if you can, but just enjoy yourself. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. That's it for us, Facebook viewers. That's it for us. We'll catch up and speak with you again tomorrow. We have the show in retrospect, so make sure you tune in on 93.5 FM. I am David Squeeze Anarchy. Prior results guarantee similar outcome. We're out for now, and thanks you again for tuning in.